What up, what up? Oh. How's everybody doing? Damn, dude. I gotta get these night bots in. I'm slacking on that. Let's see what gold has done. Market open, man. Let's see what gold has done. Market open. How's the music? Let me know. Bet. I turned my mic up now. This should sound much better. Like that. Bet. So, what did gold do today? What's our daily looking like? Oh look, my paper trade is down 200,000. Let's eliminate that. Today, man, today we drove down, but we had quite a weird ass day, to be honest. What time was this? 8 in the morning. Price came down. We wicked up to the daily highs, came right back down, came up again, attempting to break the highs again, came down, retested the lows, came up again, trying one more time, came down and retested the lows. We just kept supporting. Support be supporting today, man. Support be supporting. What's up, Daniel? My dog. Yeah, man, I noticed that. So, what are we on? The hourly? Let's look at the 4-hour. Nice. So, support be supporting. How'd the weekly start off already? So we actually do have a decent top wick on the weekly after a rejection from this level. So we could see some heavy bearish momentum this week. Maybe to retest the previous weekly low. We do have a lot of choppiness in this area though, and a lot of wicks. So this is the first daily candle where we actually closed body close underneath all these wicks. You see this entire area here we've just been wicking into and bouncing off of, wicking into and bouncing off of. We finally had a daily closure below, but we are very close to this support. So if I were to want some swing sells to, you know, break through this support here, I would like a bounce off the daily 10 SMA, which daily comes up, bounces off that, we get something like this to come down. That'd be beautiful. You can anticipate a wick entry up here, or you can take an entry after you start breaking down and closing below, and then that would be that trend line breakdown after a retest of this area up here. So it's just basically looking for market structure. So after this daily broke down and body closed below this level, what's the next step? The next step would be a pullback for a continuation down if we are to continue down. So if you're looking for a pullback, where would you be looking for a pullback towards? We formed the 4-hour support. We closed bearish here, forming a resistance on the 4-hour. So this could very well be the tap of the 4-hour SMA before I drive down, because that would be our low, high, equal low, lower high. So we could be having a tap of this lower high here for a retest of the lows, since we body closed bearish below this level. You see how we're now using price tried to break out back into range. We formed a support, creating a lower low after tapping this resistance here, and we failed to break out because of that. So this was a failed breakout, and now we're breaking back into range, creating a lower high on the 4-hour time frame. So with this 4-hour high being created, you really want to see no drive down, drive bullish up into this zone here. How much range do we have here? That's about 43 pips. A drive bullish into this zone before a bearish push down. That's what I would really like to see, especially since our daily has no bottom wick. If we look at the hourly, I don't want our daily top wick to be here. This seems too little. 20 pip top wick up here makes much more sense. That would be our 4-hour 10 SMA. So this right here would be our 4-hour 10 SMA. How would you, where are the settings on here? So that level would also coincide with previous support, turning previous support into resistance. Yeah, I definitely think this bounce should be a good scalp. The only reason why I wouldn't swing buys would be, number one, we don't have a bottom wick on this daily. So on top of not having a bottom wick on this daily, where we formed support here and we faked out. So I wouldn't swing because we could just bounce off this area here. We could bounce off the daily SMA as well. Look, we gapped through this area, which is this right here where we gapped down. So we have a very strong sell area right here. Like this whole zone here is very strong for sells, just as this zone here is very strong for buys. So we really have to get the fuck out of this little zone here. We keep bouncing off here and we keep bouncing off this area here. So we were bouncing off here and now we finally formed a lower high. So if we come up and we retest this lower high for a continuation to the downside, that would make a lot of sense, especially since we're driving up with no bottom wick here. I mean, this could be the top wick for the continuation to the downside. It could be, but I would really like to see it a bit higher. I would really like to see it higher because then that would give us our head and shoulders pattern. So if you look, head, or we have a left shoulder, head, and if we come up a little bit higher, we'll have our head and shoulders, our triple top, or whatever the fuck. I don't know how you guys like to call these things, but I just know that whenever I see patterns like these, I start to immediately anticipate the price starting to reverse. The daily 10 SMA, isn't that what I already have here? Let me see if I can send you guys a Zoom link. Tomorrow. This is getting annoying. DSMA. Boom, 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 boom. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Which one? It's locked. This? What am I looking at, brother? I'm gonna have to play around with this one. But I mean, today, bro, we could be expecting the same thing that we saw for Asian session, because this is a very, or for New York session, we have a very strong level here, bro. This is just extremely strong, and we keep bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down off this level. So for us to get, I mean, these Asians better wake the fuck up. That's exactly what we're looking for. If these Asians wake up 9 o'clock, 9:30, and we can get some sort of breakout, bro, we have. I mean, it's not even clean range, bro. It's 120 pips to the bottom of this range, I guess. Where would I take some nice buys off of? Yeah, I would like a buy off of here, man. If we can tap this level. Yeah, man. If we can, let's like anticipating this top wick, bro. Once we start getting into like these areas here, start looking at maybe here. Sometimes it likes to happen a little bit before. It's not always to the T. You know, that's why these ICT traders will use like an order block or something, which is like the level just before. So like here on the 15-minute, this is an area. This is why ICT, all of it works, because you saw how this is a fair value gap right here, right? And if price comes up into this area, ICT sellers would take a short with a stop loss above these highs right here. Because if price breaks these highs, that's invalidating the market structure of lower low, lower high. But you see how I found that same exact level, and I'm looking for that same exact idea based off a completely different analysis? Based off completely looking at the market in a slightly different way, we came out with the same level. So I had a range, a level up here and like a level down here. So normally I'll come and I'll take this, and then since this has a line directly in the center, that'll give me my median level, which happens to be that box right there. That's a 5-minute fair value gap. This low, this wick, boom, the gap that it left. If we get a tap into this area right here, it could be a nice area for sells. We can also have some sells off of this area here as well. So you really have to pay attention. These sells might be a shorter move than the short from the top over here, because this was just a continuation, but you can possibly take some shorts off of here, which would make our daily top wick 30 pips, not much. But see, our daily top wick over here would be a 50 pip top wick, which would now make perfect sense compared to previous daily wicks, where this wick was 80 pips, and we've had other days where, you know, we have had some decent movement. Yeah, bro, I think that it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a wild night. I'm down 2 bands on the challenge account today. My profitability for this week is 271. I've traded 1.2 lots in total. My day today was actually a decent day. My largest move was 42 pips. Yeah, I did end green today. I didn't take any losses today. I took a break even here, a break even here, a break even here, slipped. These two were slipped break evens. See how they both hit my stop loss. My entry price was at 25, 36, and my stop loss was at 26, and it actually got activated at 27, so it got slipped a little bit. So you can see my stop loss was at 26. We got activated at 27. My stop loss here was at 60 and we got activated at 63. So I got slipped even more on this one. This was a $7 slippage off of 0.2. This was a $10 slippage off of 0.5. So this slippage was almost over double, about double the size of this slippage. So I got slipped bad on my break even. This one was like a perfect break even. My stop loss was at 68.41 and it got activated at 68.42, so they didn't charge me anything, no swaps, only $250 commission. I also ended Friday green, I believe. So this is 10/7, which is today. Friday was the 4th. So on the 4th, the very first trade right here. So let's calculate it. Damn, this hurricane's gonna be wild, bro. Tomorrow, we're gonna monitor the weather. Yeah, but we're gonna monitor the weather and see what the beat is. Because if the weather's bad, I gotta put up shutters, bro. So by Friday at 16:09, which would be, I don't know, like 8 in the morning, I was already down 1% for the day, $500. And then I came through with these 3 trades right here. So I was down 505 plus 345 plus 132 plus 137. I finished Friday up $100, and then I finished today up 270. And then yeah. So full transparency, gang. You can see all my trade history here. Bro, no. Over 501 trade right here. 345 was the first closure, 132 was the second closure, and 137 was the final closure. I closed these two at the exact same spot because price drove like another 30 pips and then pulled back, and then I closed the position before it pulled back on me. But look, bro, I entered a 0.05, and I closed 0.03, closed 0.01, and then closed. So this was at 100 pips, 0.03, about 110 pips. And then I closed this one at 130, and then this one at 137. So even less than a 0.5, bro. A 0.05 on the Nasdaq. My biggest trade on gold. I think my biggest trade on gold was 300. Or like a 270 swing, which is like 40-50 pips. Yeah, all my biggest swings were on the Nasdaq. See, this is how my swings go on gold. It'll be partial closures, 10, 10, 30, 30, 30. They'll add up to like 150. But look, our daily's starting to flip, man. Our daily's starting to flip right at our 4-hour SMA. At our 4-hour 10 SMA. Uh-oh. We're getting a 30-minute flip now after touching this bearish area here. This is some decent sells right now, man. Huh? What's going on here, Goldilocks? What's going on here? What's up, my dog? How much room we got down here? 52 pips. The 5 is scooping the wrong way. I'm contemplating something. You know, there's no way I would have been able to take the sell off of here like I was stating earlier. Look at these spreads. What is that? 5 pip spreads? We have some volume that's about to fucking blast right now, bro. How many pips is this? 50? Yeah, I'm deleting this. These spreads are too fucking big, bro. 6 pips? Nah. If spreads weren't this wide, I would be shorting this right now with some sell stops here. Even though there's not much pips on sells, not much spreads on sells. Did I just pussy out on that? I think I should have taken that. Well, I pussied out on that, and it's already in play. I deleted the sell stop, so let's just see what happens. Cause these spreads are too wild, man. They're starting to come down. Look, 4.2. So that would have activated me. 48.50 is where I wanted to get in. A little bit earlier on the stream, I marked that up as a level. But what was I doing? Oh, I was trying to set up Zoom and then I couldn't figure it out. So as soon as I got back to this this candle did this. If I would have seen this 1 minute do this, I would have had a sell stop here. Yeah, it's too late for me for my entry, but this was my trade idea. You guys saw me set my sell stops and then pussy out live. This is something I can look back on. I mean, technically I would be trading my breaking my trading time. My trading time doesn't start till 7:30, but this just looks so clean and there's so much volume right now with the way that the spreads are looking. The 30 just flipped. This 15's about to close in a minute. The 15's gonna close. No bottom wick. Usually when the 15 does that, the next candle just tends to fill the range and then come back up. So what do we have? We have about 26 seconds left. So watch my position play out in front of me. See, right now this is in profit, but with the spreads it would be too wild. We already had 5 pips of profit and the spreads are still negative. Starting to tap on the 5-minute SMA and it's starting to continue to scoop up. But we just closed at it. And we closed no bottom wick. So this closed late candle almost. So the next one should come down to at least here underneath this. And that would be 11 pips. Yeah, that'd be a break even. I don't like how we're tapping that SMA. We should have popped down lower because of this closing late candle. Meaning this should have given a nice bottom wick into these areas here and then flipped bullish. And then that would be buys coming up. With this tiny little bottom wick, I don't trust the buys. So that's what I was anticipating. A steeper grab of liquidity into this area before a drive up, but it still hasn't tapped break even. Let's see. The entry was actually up here at the break of the slope. Yeah, that's break even tapped. This is why I don't trade during these times, but I almost did. Let's see what the Nasdaq did today. Do you guys trade anything else besides gold? I like to trade the Nasdaq as well. The Nasdaq just gives me such banger moves. So you see how we had this wick down last week? I took a short and I caught 140 pips here on this move. And then today I tried to short it again and I shorted it here on the break of this low here. And then I went break even after this first move here. And then price wicked out my entry and then came back down and drove. But yeah, this was my trade here. And then I believe I took another trade on the Nasdaq today. Oh no, yeah. I got stopped out on the Nas today all day. It's just small scalps. Nothing major. But I do think that we're gonna continue coming up tonight. We're likely gonna continue coming up to form a steeper top wick on the daily. The daily almost flipped here. What's the DXY doing? The DXY just rejected. But they closed bullish today. Not bad. But I'm gonna call it here, brother. I'm gonna head on over to the gym. And